Hello everyone, so it is day 6 of Inktober and it's late. I've just put my son Harry to bed. He went down quite late, so that's why I'm whispering a little bit. Robin's passed out, logs on the fire, and we are going to draw a pyramid, which is really quite simple, so this won't take long. Like I said, I'm going to be drawing this pyramid and using my Copic Multiliner 0.05 is the nib size, and this is the view I have. I think I'm going to go with that view, so if you want to print screen that for reference, you can do that. Let's begin. I'm going to kind of get this angle so it's up out of the way of my face and show you how to draw a pyramid. So the first thing to note is that the best thing to do, which I'll demonstrate, is to think of this pyramid as a cube. So I'm drawing the base in first. Okay, so there's my square base. And I'm looking at the pyramid, I can see that it's taller than it is broad by, I think, about 1.5. So I'm going to draw, they say draw the box it comes in, it's that kind of situation here. There's a degree of perspective going on here, but because I'm kind of looking down on it, it's quite subtle. So it's almost a paraline drawing because we're so close. So yeah, just drawing the box it comes in. This box is going to be under a degree of perspective, so it's not a paraline drawing, it's not isometric, but it's close. Okay, so now we look at what the shape's doing. So this pyramid, the point is central because all the faces are even. So in that case, it finishes in the center of this top face here, and we know, if you've seen some other videos, the easiest way to find the center is to put a cross right on that top face. So now we know this is the top point of the pyramid, and we know that there's a straight edge from the bottom corners all the way to the top on all corners. So logically, we just go ahead and draw those in. Doesn't matter if you get it wrong, just correct it. So these are the two visible sides I can see of the pyramid. Is that being wobbling ridiculously the whole time, is it? Hopefully it was still clear what I was saying. I'll just kind of recap. When drawing the pyramid, what you want to do is first draw the box it comes in. Okay, so that essentially means you're drawing a cuboid or a cube, depending on the proportions that it sits in. What you can do, this gets easier with time, but you can evaluate under what kind of perspective distortion is going on, and calculate that within the cube, and then that will be reflected in the pyramid itself. It's really hard to do that just straight off with the pyramid. I find it very hard. So what I was doing then, establishing the center of this top face of the cube, because we know that's where the point of the pyramid goes to, the center of this top face, and then simply connect the corners of the base. And I'm going to draw, even though we can't see the back faces, I'm still going to draw this line in just so we make that absolutely clear. Okay, and that is how you draw a pyramid. So this is the pyramid we've got here. And I'm going to, the lamplight's casting quite an interesting shadow, so I'm going to finish this off with some shading. This is kind of obvious, but still worth noting that the light source is on the left hand side, so you're going to get the shadow on the right hand side. And I'm going to do that with a vertical hatch. Kind of looking at this at a bit of an awkward angle, so yeah, a bit tricky. And this is a lovely marble, so I'm just going to put in some texture there. Again, with a 3D form, you can bolden the spatial edge, and that will bring it out more. And this front planar edge will remain fairly subtle in comparison. So there's a slight chamfer on this pyramid, which I'm just going to drop in slightly. And then I'm going to do the shadow, which is really small here, comes out, fades a bit, so I'm just going to be really like that. What I'm doing here, I'm actually shading the chamfer of the actual pyramid's form and the shadow below in one hatch. And then I can go over that again because I know the shadow is darker. And I'll do that a lot when I'm drawing. Do the initial hatch overall and then build up the tone in areas using another hatch. Or you can go in for a cross hatch. So yeah, I hope that gives you a basic idea of how to do a pyramid. I'm going to also just play around with some other pyramids, and now just really quickly just to hit home the method. So let's try, that's a square base pyramid, so let's go ahead and try a triangular base pyramid. So I'm going to go straight in with what I believe is an equilateral triangle or thereabouts. Now instead of working my way to what I think is the point at the top, I'm going to go straight up. Again, I'm drawing the box, but this time it's a triangular box. It's not the cube. So some of you might struggle doing that straight off, but with practice it gets a hell of a lot easier. Effectively, this is close to isometric, whereas the parallel lines on this triangular prism, you just need to know your parallels. So you're basically drawing the triangle base again above, connected with vertical lines. That's probably the easiest way of putting it. And then we find the center of that triangle. Now, again, same with the square base prism. Take that point of the pyramid and connect it with the corners of the lowest of the base. We'll do a similar light source on the left. Bring that form out. Let's go ahead and do the shadow as well. We'll do a crosshatch one up. Okay, so that's triangular base pyramid. What can we do now? Let's do an octagon pyramid, because obviously, I could go to bed, but what the hell. So to do an 8-sided form, start with an 8-sided shape. I'm saying this like it's going to go smoothly, let's see. So we've started with our square. So this should be fairly straightforward. A square has 4, so to make 8, what do? We double it. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I think I'm on something. So I'm going to draw my octagon base by working out the edges into quarters. It should be equal. Okay, that's octagon enough for my liking. Ish, right. So down, we draw that above. Now, whereas the triangle, I drew the triangle above, the octagon, you don't necessarily need to draw an octagon again above, you just need to draw the square because the centre of the octagon is the centre of the square. So let's do that. Okay, so we have the centre of that square at the top. So like before, this is an octagonal pyramid, and it's just as simple as creating others when we get to the stage. So we work from the point of the pyramid, move directly down to the corners of the base form. Now you could draw the rear ones in. Okay. So this is starting to look quite complex now, but it's just as simple once you've got that base shape in. So you can really turn so many different shapes into pyramids. It's really, really simple. You just have to basically find the center above, center of the form above, and connect all corners of the base shape with that point. So again, light source is out. I'm going to do a diagonal hatch now. And I'm gonna hatch the whole right side. Quite badly it seems, but you know, doesn't matter. Okay, so that's kind of given that an, oh, damn it. Low power mode. Okay, we're still going. So I've hatched this whole right side of that shape. And now I'm going to go the other way. We've got 1, 2, 3 visible faces here. So I'm going to just leave the one to the left clear and hatch the 2 on the right. Going the other way. There's a gradient happening there, and then I'm going to go back that way for this face, which will be the darkest because it's the furthest from the light source on the left. So that's again added to that feeling of a three-dimensional form. Highlight the spatial edge. And it's these kind of small little studies that I did a hell of a lot. I've done so many of them, all in notebooks. It's just such a great way to gain an understanding, just playing around with it. I mean, I genuinely enjoy it. So I'm going to drop in a shadow there too. This time with a vertical hatch. So yeah, any shape has a base. Any shape. It can be a circle. I'll do it really quick because my battery's running out. There you go. Draw the square that houses the circle above. Find the center. Find the point. That's the point of the cone. And then you just create a cone there. And that's got a gradual gradient. So I'll do kind of like a radius. That's a cone. It's really easy. So have some fun with that. Play around with it. Do some shapes that I haven't done yet. So one final recap. Draw the box it comes in. So this is a square base pyramid. So draw the cube. Find that center of the top face. And then you connect that center of the top face with the bottom corners of that foundation shape. And there you go. The same applies triangular shape. Draw the triangle above, find the center, connect the corners of the base with that center point. There you have triangular pyramid. This is an octagonal pyramid. So again, it's just that same concept. And again, you don't have to draw the full octagon, just find the center. So we drew that within a square, so just draw the square, find the center, draw down to those corners. And then this is just a really quick scribbled cone. Draw the square, draw the circle within that square, go up, draw the box, that top square, find the center, the outer edges of that circle, draw down, and then that's really how you give a sense of a cone through rendering that. But yeah, that's with those 4 shapes, turning that into a pyramid, inspired by this that I have in the lounge. But yeah, that's the quick video for Inktober day 6.